So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 3 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I want to dive into today includes a new upgrade rolling out now for the PlayStation 5. PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility project is done and over with, which I want to get into a bit, just a bit of a discussion there, and a big change at PlayStation. First, yes or no, do you live in Europe or not? This relates to one of the topics we're going to be diving into today, so I'm curious how many of you in this community we have here live in the EU, so comment below yes or no if you live in Europe or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, big change at PlayStation. Reading from Insider Gaming, the head of production at PlayStation, Connie Booth, has allegedly left PlayStation after 34 years. Citing 4 unnamed sources, David Jaffe has taken to YouTube to claim that Connie Booth has left PlayStation after 34 years. Here's what I can tell you. She is no longer at Sony, right? I don't have a lot of details. I don't know if she was fired or laid off. When I heard the story, everyone was telling me she was fired, Jaffe said. According to her LinkedIn, Angie Metz took the role of VP, head of development strategy 7 months ago after her role at Gorilla. If the rumor is true, Booth's departure marks the end of a 34-year-old run at Sony, which began in 1989 and in a higher capacity in 1995 as an executive producer. So I'm not really familiar with Connie Booth, but I've heard David Jaffe mention her a couple of times before. We don't know if she actually left, but I'm sure Jaffe has sources, which makes me wonder what is actually happening. Why hold out so long to say something? If she was fired, she would just update her LinkedIn. She doesn't owe anybody anything. She also is still liking PlayStation related content and work. She did a day ago for the Spider-Man 2 record breaking news that went around the internet. She liked that, so there doesn't seem to be any bad blood to infer that maybe she got fired. The thing that's ironic about David Jaffe, though, with this situation is the guy shamed people for leaking games early because he believed the development team should be the ones revealing the game for the first time, and people who leak it take that away from them. And then you have him here revealing someone's direct one person's work status before they did it themselves. On her LinkedIn, it still says she works at PlayStation. Just ironic to see from Jaffe. I'm not throwing anything at him. I'm a fan of his work, obviously, but just surprising to see this from him. Either way, let's wait to see what happens. Before we get to the next story, we're almost at 100K, guys. So if you enjoyed the video so far and have been enjoying my videos, of course, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't done so yet, we're almost there. Now, diving into the second story of the video, new upgrade rolling out now. Reading from Video Game Chronicle, Sony has begun denoting which games are streamable with PlayStation Plus Premium via a new logo on the console's user interface. As spotted by Pushware, the new logo has appeared on the home screen underneath games that can be streamed, as PS5 game streaming has now rolled out across Europe. The feature, which is available to PlayStation Plus Premium members, has been receiving a staggered rollout. Japanese players were able to start streaming PS5 games from October 17th, while Europe got the feature on October 23rd. It's set to come to North America on October 30th. The service allows players to choose between 720p, 1080p, 1440p, and 4K streaming quality. This is notable as Xbox Cloud Streaming, the most direct console comparison, doesn't offer a 4K option yet. So here we are at the second rollout of the PlayStation Plus 4K streaming service. For us in the West, it'll be rolling out this upcoming Monday, and I'm really excited to tinker with it then when it finally drops for us, especially to see if there are any changes to the PS3 streaming latency at all. As for this, though, it's nice to see a quick indicator letting you know this game is streamable, which is pretty much what they already had for the PlayStation 3 cloud streaming and PS4 cloud streaming. If you go on your home screen, you'll see a little cloud symbol, PlayStation Plus cloud symbol right there, right next to it, and it seems now they've just added that to PS5 streamable titles as well. But you guys let me know if you're going to use cloud streaming or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, the PS3 backwards compatibility project is done and over with. So right off the bat, I want to emphasize this is a rumor. The story here comes from Rithian, who we've talked about on the channel before, sharing performance stats for PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility support, and it was pretty much horrible. Having games, they some of them did run at native resolution, but the performance just wasn't great. You had something like Black Ops 2 running at 540p 20 fps. It just wasn't great. Now he's back again, stating that in 2024 Sony's going to push backwards compatibility, putting this up on a post recently on X: PlayStation backwards compatibility hashtag coming in 2024. Then when asked about the PlayStation 3, he said the plans for a PS3 emulator on PlayStation 5 have ceased as of 2 months ago. They could not get it working with most games due to power constraints. Most games ran at native resolution, but they wanted lock 30 frames to 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second, no dice. He seems to be pushing that Sony will support everything else but PlayStation 3. They've just given up on that 2 months ago, which is weird for him to say that, considering early last month he said this: "I'm being told Sony refuses to pull the plug on PlayStation Network for PlayStation 3 due to their want for backwards compatibility on PlayStation 5. Their emulator is still in development and will allow crossplay between PS3 and PS5 if it comes to fruition." So which one is it? Did it end 2 months ago or early last month? Was it still in development? I'm not really sure. Regardless, I wanted to discuss this also because it doesn't make sense for Sony to give up on this project. Those PS3 server blades will need to be shut down at some point. Just with any legacy tech, they can't run forever. It has to be taken out and new technology has to come in. So would a PlayStation 5 Pro allow for this, or is this a PlayStation 6 thing at this point? Is Sony really going to run with those PS3 server blades for another 4 years? Again, Rithian here seems to have contradicting points, with his point from early September and now saying 2 months ago the project stopped for PlayStation 5. I hope that's not true. As always though, I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on, but you guys let me know if you want PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility on PlayStation 5 or you don't care. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "We want the classics." It's great that Sony's going to push more backwards compatibility in 2024 for potentially PlayStation 2 games and maybe even PS Vita, with more PSP and more PS1 titles as well. But of course, I still want PlayStation 3 titles to come to PlayStation 5 as well in terms of local play. But if you're excited for more classics in general to start coming to PlayStation 5 next year, destroy the comment section with "We want the classics," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.